When you walk in the room, it's still, and you can't see nobody else. I'm not the only one who feels the switch inside my body change. Oh, I just want you to myself. You to myself. When we go out, we don't get far, 'cause everybody knows your name. They stop to.
What's up, guys? Welcome to ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals Online Tournament. I'm Shades Layer, and I'll be a caster for the games today. We have SGDA going up against Rudra in the first semi-final. Rudra, our champion from yesterday, will be up against SGDA. SGDA has played in WCC Rivals ILG Cup tournaments previously, and I do believe has come very close to winning it in a couple of occasions. Let's see if today's gonna be another victory for SGDA, or will Rudra continue his flawless run from the last couple of days. For players who are just tuning in, for viewers rather, this is ILG Cup Season 3. We do 2 tournaments every single day. First one from 3 to 4 and the second from 4 to 5. Looks like we're gonna have to reconnect the players back in. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and be right back. Right, we're back. Looks like Rudra does have a little bit of wonky internet today, so he ended up disconnecting, but I believe he has switched to his Wi-Fi, so hopefully he's not gonna have any issues. If not, it will be SGDA who will move on to the finals. So, yeah, coming back to the tournaments that are happening every single day, it's 350 rupees per tournament, free to register, free to play. First tournament from 3 to 4, and the second tournament from 4 to 5. Link is in the description. We will have tournaments happening till the end of next week. So, there is only a few more tournaments to go. I believe it is 14, discounting the tournaments that are happening today. So go ahead, register if you haven't already. Alright, SGDA versus Rudra. Firstly, I see 26,107. SR versus 5260. So there's a big difference there. But what is important is in tournaments, we usually play only default settings. There is no boost, there is no player upgrades available either. Looks like Rudra is not going to be able to continue by the looks of things, and I believe that is going to be the victory to SGDA. We'll quickly jump on over to the other semi-final right now while Rudra sorts this out. All right, hold on. This one is Shahid versus Dugar. Dugar again, someone who's had very strong performances previously, but I do believe he did play a while Dominator was on his streak, which is why Dugar hasn't really been able to put up too many victories up front. Now that Dominator has completed his 15 wins and no longer participates in WCC Rivals tournaments, in ILG Cup, I think Dugar's got an opening here to make it to the finals. All right, time for the toss. And it does go the way of Dugar. Do I expect him to bat first? Pretty straightforward, something we always see players do. There are only a handful of people who actually like chasing in WCC Rivals. I think is just the fact that there is no pressure on you. You're going to be able to get runs on the board and then force your opponent to do something about it. Left hand, right hand combination to open things up for Dugar. Left hand pace around the wicket, and we do see a heavy boundary field setting on the onside, while the offside, they're all going to be inside the ring. Is going to go towards short deliveries. He opens things up, and it is flicked away for a 6 towards third man. A pretty unconventional shot, but considering that he did not have too much room there, I think just using the pace of the ball and just nudging it over third man for a 6 is the best start there for Dugar. This time it's going to be wide outside the off stump. Lots of room to swing his arms, but I think he manages to only get the underside of the bat. Makes it back for a quick 2. This time he's going to go for Yorker length in swinger. Flicked off the pads. Again, fine leg's going to be able to come across and cut that off for just the 2. 10 of 3. This time, he's going to make no mistake. Beautiful timing. Exquisite placement as well. Smashes it through cover for 4. Did not get the kind of elevation that he wanted, but regardless, the timing was perfect. And he manages to find the gap in the infield as well. Same delivery attempted again. This time there is a fielder on the boundary rope and it carries straight to his hands. Dugar loses his first player. He was looking to hit that over deep mid-wicket, but he managed to get it a lot more squarer. Carries straight to the fielder in the boundary rope. Last ball, first over. And Dugar. What's the play here? He's going to go for a short ball. Short out swinger. There's a lot of room and he's going to miss. Alright, in second thoughts, there was a wide given. It was very touch and go though. Maybe why Dugar didn't really want to try and hit that, considering he was going to get a reset anyway. Last ball, Shahida in swinger. Decent timing, but there is a fielder at the backward point. So Dugar just manages to get the 2. First over in the bag. And it's 17 runs for Dugar. Should have been a lot more, considering he did get a 6 off the first ball. In swinger, and a beauty. Rips off the surface, and there was absolutely nothing that Dugar could do. He tries to go for a wild swing, but not even close to making connection with the bat and ball. And he is going around the wicket to try and take away any sort of room, but the helicopter shot, 2 bounces. Well timed there from Dugar, and that will find the boundary rope. Let's have a look at the areas where he's been hitting. It's very minimal in front of the wicket on the offside, but he's predominantly been hitting. Another helicopter shot. This time it's timed even better. It goes all the way for a 6. And Dugar has just clawed his way back into this. Three more balls to go. 27 on the board. He's going to be looking to make it to 40, but he goes for the sweep. Wide outside the off stump. Wasn't the best of deliveries for Dugar to try and sweep it on the onside. The fact that he had probably premeditated that shot is going to cost him. A dot ball coming in. York length, and there's the appeal. It's going to be close. No, says the umpire. And now it is Afridi. Nah, he's not going to send it upstairs. I think it did pitch outside leg stump. And since he's coming around the wicket, that is going to be an absolute no. This time, again, outside, way outside the off stump, and nothing that Dugar could do. Afridi has done a wonderful job restricting Dugar to just 27. 28 required, 2 overs. Afridi just needs to ensure that he gets off to a good start here. Take away that pressure. Dugar on the other side needs to build that up from the get-go. He needs wickets. He needs dot balls. He needs Afridi to make a couple of mistakes as well. Left arm around the wicket. And that's the pull shot, but straight to the fielder on the boundary rope. They should be able to scramble back for 2. Forces out a dive. Good throw, but Afridi was back in. 2 of the first ball. He's going to continue to bowl a similar line again. This time the pull shot is timed to perfection. Over mid-wicket, finds the boundary rope, and Afridi is off to a decent start. He needs to just keep doing this time and again. Ensured he picks up at least 3 boundaries in over, and he's going to be good to go. Another ball outside the off stump. This time it's timed magnificently by Afridi, and that's going to go into the stands. 12 of the first 3, and Dugar is in a lot of trouble. The run rate is a lot more acceptable now. It's a lot more easy. Good nudge towards third man. Should be the 2 though. Easily makes his way back in. Having a look at where the shots are. Very similar to what we saw the last time as well. From Dugar during his innings. Pull shot. The fielder's there. 1 bounce. He's going to try and make it back to 2. This is going to be close. Nah. The throw wasn't all that great, and he's going to be able to make it back safely. Last ball of the first over. 12 runs required of 7 balls, and Afridi. Ooh, nice ball. This is going to be hard. He misses. Ooh, that was close. So Dugar closes it off with the dot ball. Going to make things a little interesting for the final over. 12 required, 6 balls. Afridi needs only 2 a ball. So he can look to work the gaps and go for those 2s, and doesn't really need to go for the big ones. In comes the ball, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go back for a 2. It's going to be a late call, and he just about makes his way in. Didn't need the full-on dive. I guess that does work in his favor. This time, pitches it up, and that is flicked off the pads. Very fine. Fine legs got no chance of cutting that off, and Afridi finds a very important boundary there. Brings it to 6 required of 4. Oh, nice switch back from Afridi. Goes for the sweep. It's fine again. It's another 4. And with that, Afridi has almost put this beyond doubt. 2 runs of 3 balls. Afridi is all but set to take down Dugar and move into the grand finals of ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals Online Tournament. He's going to go for a slow ball, and that's going to get flicked up to fine leg. They come back for 2, and that's the win for Afridi. An attempt at a run out, but Dugar is going to fall short. Congratulations, Afridi. We will take a quick break. We will be back shortly with the finals. I'm Shade Slayer. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. It is SGDA who did take down Rudra in the other semi-final, and he will be going up against Afridi. A couple of players we haven't seen for a very long time in the ILG Cup WCC Rivals online tournaments, so we will have a new winner here today. I do believe SGDA has won a couple of tournaments previously, but that was more than a month ago. So this is going to be fun. The all-important toss winner almost certainly is going to bat first. And SGDA wins it. And in fact, he decides to bowl alrighty then. So we did talk about the fact that most of the players like to bat first. SGDA is not one of them. He's going to win the toss in the finals and decides he's going to field first instead. And that is going to put Afridi first up to bat. He had a relatively easy time chasing the total down versus Dugar in the semi-finals. This time it is left arm over the wicket for SGDA to open up the first ball of the grand finals. It's a good length ball flicked towards fine leg. 2 runs to open up the innings for Afridi. He has been playing a lot of shots behind the wicket. Pretty similar to the rest of the players. But as I say that, he's going to smash that over cover. Goes all the way for a 6. That is what he needs going up against SGDA. He needs to build up a lot more confidence. He needs to go for those big shots from the get-go. Next ball through, it's on the pads. There is a decent gap there though, and it's gonna find the gap. Goes all the way, another 4. And Afridi must be on cloud 9. He must be super ecstatic with the start that he's had thus far. It is not over just yet though. He's gonna have to keep this for another 9 balls. Outswinger. This time it's gonna be cut off by deep mid wicket, so it's only going to be the 2. 14 of 4. He's going to continue bowling over the wicket with the outswingers. Makes a lot more room, and that is hit over extra cover. Just the 1 bounce into the boundary rope. 18 of 5, and Afridi has had a very good start. He's going to be looking at posting up at least 40 runs. It should put a lot of pressure back onto SGDA, especially while chasing in the finals. Another 2 to close out the innings. 20 of the first over. Maybe could have sneaked a boundary or 2 there, Afridi, but besides that, I think he's going to be happy with how things went in that opening over in the finals. Runs, again, mostly have been in front of the wicket. Going on, another outswinger. Makes room, and this time again opens up the over in style. A huge 6 is going to set things up for Afridi moving into the rest of the over, knowing for a fact that there is not too much pressure to go for those big shots. And he's going to be very happy with this. Room made, and he's going to beat the fielder at long off. Another 4 added to the total. It's going to take it to 30. And the pressure is back onto SGDA. to try and make the most of this. He needs to stop the run flow, and he comes up with a beautiful ball. That's going to hurt as well. Afridi takes one in the gut. A good comeback from SGDA. He's going to make a lot of room, and he's going to try and hit this fine, but I think fine leg did have sufficient time to come across and cut it off for just the 2. 32. 2 more balls to go. Goes for the pull shot, but again unsuccessful in finding the gap. Straight to the fielder on the boundary rope. Should be just the 2 again. 34 of 1.5. He's going to look for a big one here. 34, 35 is, I don't think, going to be enough versus SGDA. He needs to get it close to the 40-run mark. There's the in-swinger, and he's going to completely beat him. 1 for the over called, and SGDA finishes things off in style. Restricts Afridi to only 14 runs in that second over, and that is advantage back over to SGDA during the run chase. It is a decent total though from Afridi. He's got just about enough runs to give SGDA a fight, but it's all going to come down to this opening over. If SGDA can find himself anywhere close to 20 runs, I think he's going to be easily able to chase things down here. Field setting change. Pretty much adjusting to what players today are comfortable with. Going for a lot of shots behind the wicket. He's going to open things up with a bouncer and a pull shot. Makes his way towards the boundary rope. He opened things up with a 4 here in this innings, and SGDA already looking good. Afridi goes for another bouncer, another pull shot. This is a fielder though this time. Fine leg cuts it off, and it's going to be 2 more added to the total. 6 of 2. And there is a change from the bowling side. He's going to decide to come around, in fact, over the wicket for this one. And a beautiful bouncer. He goes for the pull shot, with the ball being wide outside the off stump. It was a risky shot to attempt. Regardless, he manages to survive. More importantly, Afridi manages to find a dot ball. Let's see if he can find another one here. He does indeed. SGDA doesn't even move. And with that now, things are going to get a lot more interesting. 2 dot balls, 6 or 4. And SGDA is in a lot of trouble. Goes for the pole shot, and it's all the way. Just about carries over the boundary rope. That's a huge one. That's going to ease off the pressure a little bit, but that is 2 expensive dot balls for SGDA. He needs another big one. He's going to go straight into the pads. Helicopter shot. Will find the 4. Wasn't the best of timing there on that shot, but regardless, 10 runs off the last 2 balls eases up on the pressure a little bit onto SGDA. 1 more dot ball there, and it would have been very hard for SGDA to chase things down. But as things stand, it's only 19 required of the last over. Still in his grasp. Pull shot. Fine leg, just about cuts it off. So it's going to be just the 2 runs of the first ball. All runs coming on the onside for SGDA in this innings. 0 runs scored on the offside, and he's going to attempt this again. This time it's going to be timed beautifully. Fine leg. Didn't stand a chance there, and that's going to be a 4 added. Quick change in the field setting. Fine leg is going to be moved a little bit more fine. 13 required. 4 balls remaining. He needs a dot ball here. Afridi needs to find a dot ball. Pull shot straight to the fielder. It's going to be 2 runs. (11 of 3). This is going down to the wire. What's the ball that Afridi goes for? He's going to try and put it onto the pads. He makes some room. And he's going to find the fielder at deep backward point. He's going to go for 2. It's going to be close. Dive wasn't required. Regardless, 2 balls to go, 9 runs required. A beautiful shot, and is just gonna beat the fielder in the inner ring. I thought that was almost gonna be a catch, but instead goes to the boundary rope, and it's 5 runs required of the last ball. 4 to tie, 5 or 6 to win for SGDA. Last ball of the finals. Quick change of field settings as well. All the fielders inside the inner ring except deep backward point on the offside, and onside all the fielders are outside in the boundary row except for long on. It's going to be a Yorker length ball, and he flicks it to fine leg. Afridi has done it. He has done it. He walks away the winner. SGDA is not going to be happy with that. He's going to exit, and with that, congratulations to Afridi. He is your winner of the finals. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break. Thank you so much for all the people who tuned in. Don't forget to hit that like button. We will be back again at 4:30 p.m. with the second tournament of the day. Let's see if we're going to have new winners, or will we have some of the veterans come back and show us why they do have the edge going up against players in ILG Cup Season 3 WCC Rivals online tournaments. Don't forget to register. The link is in the description. I'm Shade Slayer. See you folks later.